Ooh, swapping hands. Aaron, welcome to the Granite Zero podcast.
I wish I
Fucking,
brought a beer now.
oh no, well, that's what we do on the Granite Zero podcast.
Oh,
Although I have been banned from whiskey.
I'm in training, so I'm not
Oh, of course, yeah, we'll get on to
allowed to drink. So
that. Yes, so I'm on pint of the black stuff at the minute,
nice.
just cause. Yeah, usually I would kick off and cheers with a whiskey, but I was a naughty boy with whiskey. It turned me into a demon for a long period of time. So,
I'm on the electrolytes.
of course, you're a man in training.
The joy of it.
How is the cycle riding going?
Um, Fun. My ass doesn't agree, but the
Well,
rest
I
of me
never
does.
thought I'd hear a Marine say that.
I'm not a para.
or a RAF Regiment Mortars Division.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So you're fully into training mode.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I've given myself a year to train for the challenge, so I think I'm going to need longer than a year, but never mind. It's what I've given myself, so
Yeah.
we go
How
at it
how
and we
how
do what
far
we
in?
can.
How far in are you? Training.
Probably about a month and a half now.
Oh Jesus.
So still early doors, but yeah,
Early doors.
getting used to getting used to the miles on the bike and the saddle sores.
Yeah. Well, you were told you weren't going to be able to ride a bike. Is that right? Or did I make that
Pretty
up?
much, yeah. When I first got blown up, I didn't think I'd ever walk again.
Yeah.
I lost my right leg below the knee, but when I first got blown up, they thought I'd lose my left leg above the knee.
Oh right.
My knee was that badly dislocated; it was a mess. But they managed to save it the best they could, and yeah, I'm still here, and I've still got my left leg. So, and then I kept my right leg for a year,
Yeah.
kept operating on it, and thought they'd try and save it. And then after a year, they was like, "Yeah, we've got it as good as we can get it.
Well,
Let's
that's
just cut
that's
it off."
that's quite common. Well, I say it's quite common. People are going to be like, Tomo, what the fuck you on about? It's quite common. But I mean, with sort of blast injuries, that you tend to find that there's a number that still have the leg there for a bit, and it's just like, oh no, that's uber fucked. We better get rid.
Yeah, I was quite fortunate as well with that because we went through a stage where there's probably a handful of us. A good friend of mine, another Royal Marine, got blown up around the same time as me, and he kept his leg, and we both got blown up at the same time, and we both
Oh
lost our
right.
leg at the same time.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think it was one of them where they kept making it out like they were going to try and save our legs, but I think they were just practicing things to try and help people further down the line, which
oh yeah, yeah. I got you.
you don't, with hindsight, I don't mind so much because if me losing my leg a year later, but they've practiced a few things, has allowed some lads to keep the legs further down the line, then fair play.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, for us, we just want to get on with our lives, and yeah,
That
it
was
was a
that was
no
the main
brainer.
thing that you came home really. You might have
Yeah,
been,
yeah,
you know, missing a vital part, but you still managed to get home.
yeah,
So
100%.
so obviously it was our IED strike that.
Yeah, yeah. I deployed to Afghan in 2009. I was in a Viking, which was probably one of the most armored
Mm,
vehicles we had out there. It drove straight over the top of an IED. The IED went off. It moved the vehicle 10 foot. The hole the bomb caused, I was found in that.
Jesus.
Smashed my lower right leg, dislocated both my knees, broke my femur, broke my hip, dislocated my pelvis, broke my back, ruptured my spleen, broke my collarbone, and had a little cut on my chin.
Oh, yeah, just a little cut on your chin.
It
We'll mark
became a
that one
standing
down.
joke because I landed back in the UK and my family were there. I was back in the UK within 24 hours, died twice on the flight home. And when I landed in the UK, my mum saw me and the whole side of my face was covered in blood. And she
Mm.
thought I'd lost half my face.
Oh,
Didn't give a shit that I'd died twice on the plane or anything. She just thought,
yeah.
little boy's lost his face. And then when the nurses cleaned me up, I had like a little shaving cut on my chin. So it became a standing joke ever since.
Yeah, well, you tend to find this sometimes it's the smallest ones that cause the most fucking claret, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Paper
massively,
cut.
mate.
But Jesus Christ, that's a lot of injuries. That
Yeah, Dad. Well, if you're gonna get blown up, you've got
you
to do
might
a
as well do
proper
it
job, haven't
properly.
you?
If you're gonna do it, you fucking do it in style, don't you?
100%.
Do you, it might be a stupid question, but one of my buddies, Robbo, he got blown up in Afghan during my final tour. He's a a double amputee. Um, he says that he doesn't remember anything like after the blast until he woke up back in the UK. Was that the same for you, or did you,
No, I
or are you
remember
unfortunate to remember everything?
yeah, I remember everything until getting on the helo. The lads
Jesus.
landed, put me on the helo, got me out of there, and then that's my last memory. I don't remember getting back to Bastion.
Yeah,
Don't remember the flight back to the UK. They put me in an induced coma once. They'd obviously brought me back
yeah,
to life a couple of times. And then 2 months later, I think I woke up in Selly Oak. Selly Oak's in Birmingham, obviously, and kind of wish I was back out in Afghan because it's probably a bit safer than Birmingham. But
yeah,
it was crazy. Like, cause I do remember being on the ground. I can remember looking down and seeing my body in bits and thinking, "Oh shit."
yeah,
But it is what it is. Like we signed up to do the job, didn't we? And
yeah,
when I signed up, we were already in Afghan. We were fighting in Iraq massively. Afghan was kicking off, and
yeah.
I knew where I was going when I signed up. Like, it's part of the job, and you know it's a possibility, but you just never expect it to happen to you, do
Yeah,
you?
it's a thing that I sort of discussed slightly when I was going through therapy, and I was discussing. So obviously, banter aside, I was part of the RAF Reg, and we did leave the wire from time to time for people to
Every now and then.
every now and then. Um, and yes, we are infantry based. All right, guys. But yeah, for us,
Changing the side looms on runways.
oh yeah, you know it. That's why we practice in the 5 mile of death. Um, but yeah, jokes aside, you trained for one thing, and that is to fight and what have you. And I always sort of took comparisons from the movie Jarhead, where they're sent to Iraq and then they're waiting, and it's like that almost can be worse because you're constantly in that high state of alert and ready, and then it's nothing. Oh no, nothing. Not even. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go home and yeah. How was your tour? Yeah, it was all right because nothing happened, and now I've got all this fucking pent up stress that I haven't been able to release, and now I'm gonna go fight a civvy or fucking something stupid like that. And I remember sitting in therapy, and they were asking questions, and I was like, oh well, you'd go out on patrol and you could get blown up, or you could get into contact, you could fucking get slotted, blown up, die, you could anything. And then she was just looking at me as if to go, that's not normal for people to think like that. And it's like, well, that was our job. That if I was stressing over it before I went out, then fucking I wouldn't be thinking straight, and it'd be
Yeah.
bizarre. But you're already in that fucking. I always bring the comparison about when I first had my first rocket attack, and yes, I shit my pants when it fucking first went off. I was like, oh, fucking hell, this is actually real. And then after that, it was, oh, this is normal. And yeah, we're going out on patrol, it's normal. I'm going to do my fives and 20s, I'm going to do my up armor drill, I'm going to, etc. And yeah, it's,
It's mental to realize what becomes reality,
mm,
what becomes the norm. Like, I've recently gone into a prison talking to prisoners about
oh yeah,
my reborn mindset and all that, and talking to them and listening to their stories. And I talked about when I got out of the Marines, and they're saying like we'll reintegrate you into society and stuff like that. And I was like, I've never been integrated into society. I joined
mm,
the Marines at 18. I
yeah, yeah,
wasn't an adult at that point. So now you're trying to make me be an adult in a world that I don't know. So
mm-hmm,
I'm not being reintegrated. I'm being integrated for the first time. And
yeah, yeah,
there was a common theme with the prisoners, like that, where, yeah, it's just a completely different environment. For us, we're in a hostile environment in a different country fighting. They're still in a very hostile environment, but behind bars. And it's very relatable. And listening to their stories, I could put their stories to my own, and it was
yeah,
really weird thinking like, what becomes your new normal for them? Their new
yeah,
normal's life inside. Our new normal was life in a war zone and being at that high level, like,
yeah.
person where you're constantly on the go. And yeah, it's crazy to think that that's your norm.
Yeah, and it's fucking difficult for us veterans and that when we do leave and, as you said, integrate into society. It's it's strange, and and you can see why it takes a lot of veterans to that end up getting depressed and things like that, and then other mental health issues then start kicking in. It's like that loss of self-worth, that loss of everything, and then the fact that you're no longer a marine or a soldier or a seaman or an airman, sorry, aviator, as they now like to be called, fucking weirdos. Um, and you're then with civilians that have got their own. It's you know they're not going to get yelled at if they're late by a minute or not there 5 minutes before or anything like that, or they haven't polished their boots or they've got dirty trainers for the work day. They're not going to get fucking screamed at. But we got screamed at from the age. Well, as you said when you joined up, and I joined up at 20. And I thought I knew a little bit. I was 20 years old. And I fucking got there, and I got fucking called a gobshite and all sorts, and that fucking stuck with me for a long time. But yeah, and then you come out and you're like, oh, these people aren't the same as me.
No, that's the weird thing when you go into a civvy job and like I did an office job for 2 years. Well, I did two office jobs a year each, and
Yeah,
that's the most I've spent in an office. But being with them people and in them environments and like people rocking up late and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and you're like, "Really?" Like
yeah,
every morning I'd get in the office and there'd be like maybe one, two people in there, and then I get there and I'd be like, "Where is everybody?" And they're like, "Well, we don't start for another hour," and I'm like, "Yeah, but the traffic and they're going to be late if they're not in now." Like I get there an hour early because I
yeah,
knew if I didn't get in an hour early, I'd probably be 10, 15 minutes late. So I'd rather
yeah,
be an
yeah.
hour early than late.
I'm usually
And
about
just
half an
seeing
hour
that
early now.
mindset's just
Yeah.
so different.
Sometimes I'm like, I wish I could be like that. But even now, I'm like you said, I leave for work, and my shift doesn't start until 9, but I leave at 7:30, and it's only supposed to be a 35 to 40 minute journey, but sometimes takes a little bit longer. So I'm usually about half an hour early for my shift, and I'm like, and I get annoyed if I get there and it's 10:02. I'm like, well, fuck's sake,
Yeah, you're late.
I'm not in the time that I should have been. And my
Yeah,
missus is always like, yeah, but you're still early. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not. It fucking bugs me, and
yeah,
and it annoys me when I get into work and some of the officers are like, well, I'll do the handover now. It's like, no, you do the handover before your shift,
yeah.
so that when you start your shift, you're ready to go. And it's like, you just don't fucking get it.
Nice. Same. You touch on your missus though. It's the same with your missus, isn't it? Like you've got to
Mm.
book a taxi, and then tell them the taxi's coming 10 minutes early, just so they're ready on
Oh
time
shit.
for the
Yeah,
taxi.
she had a laugh the other day though, because well, this is another bit of banter for us to have, because I know that you're a City fan and I'm a United fan.
Ooh,
But it was United Chelsea the other week, and it was I booked a Indian for our anniversary meal. I booked it for half 7, I think it was, and I forgot that it was United Chelsea. So I started watching it, thinking, "Oh, it should be finished by then. It should be finished by then." And then obviously the first half had about fucking 10 minutes added onto it, and then the second half had another fucking 8 minutes added onto it, and I was like, "Shit, I'm cutting it a bit fine here," but I want to see the end of this fucking match. And she was like, it's fucking different for you, innit? When you've got something you want to watch, it doesn't matter. The times go out the window. And well, this is sort of important at the minute. As bad as we are, this is important to me still.
oh, to be fair, mate, if it had been United played, I'd have gone before kickoff.
To be fair, that game we actually won, so it was all right.
I'd make a change for you.
It does. I always joke. So my daughters, they always go, "Oh, Dad, why do you still support them if they're this shit at the minute?" I'm like, for one, wash your mouth out. Two, I went, I'm not a glory supporter. Yes, I just happened to be born at a time, and my dad got me into football at a time where United were the best, because they were. And I was like, and I was spoiled. I was spoiled as a kid to be able to sit and watch United win everything. I went, there's not many fans out there that can say I managed to see my team win everything. Chelsea fans, City fans can now say it because they won the treble and they're on par and they're fucking shit hot at the minute.
Probably a bit above.
You're
But...
probably a bit above now, yeah. I'll accept defeat on that one. But I was spoiled, and now it's as though our good Lord and Savior has gone, well, now you can have the shit like every other fan has had to fucking endure. So I'm quite happy. I used to bite all the time with the banter. I used to be like, no, fuck off. And then I was like, oh, well, you're starting to sound like a Liverpool fan now. The fans that used to take the piss out of
Hey,
the
do I do
fucking
that?
boys. And you're like, oh, yeah, let's just take each game as it comes now. Let's just.
Yeah, we're the same. We're the opposite now with City. Like when we get beat, you're like, for fuck's sake, like what's gone on there? You
Yeah.
just expect to win everything now, and when we don't, it's
Yeah.
you're like sack Pep. Like, oh, but
Yeah,
like, the
I've
guy's
actually
a
seen that
legend.
a few
Like,
times. You've had a couple of bad results like last season. Everyone's like, sack him. It's like, hang on,
yeah,
he's just won
I don't
he
see
won
the
six Premier Leagues and a treble, and you want to sack him?
the
Jesus
guy's a
Christ.
genius. Like, he's brought Haaland into the club, who's probably by far the best goal scorer you'll ever see in the Premier League.
He's
And
definitely up there, 100%. Definitely up there.
the guy's something else. Like,
He
there's
is an alien.
he's not right, is he? But
Yeah,
like, you still get people slagging him off when he might not score for like a game, and
yeah.
then you look at his record and he's scored more than anybody in the Premier League for like
It's
God
mental,
knows
isn't it?
how many seasons, and you're like, right, let's just slow down a little bit. We've lost one game. Let's chill out.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what really fucking kills me? And it's the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lined it up for him to sign for United. Had it all the ducks were in a row, all ready to go. It was a fucking bargain as well. It was before he went to Dortmund, and the United board went, nah, he's not one for United. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? That's mental.
With his dad's legacy, though, I don't think he'd have ever come
Yeah,
to
I think
United.
the fact that his old man was Leeds and City is he
Yeah,
probably wouldn't have done. But he was coached under Ollie for a couple of years at one of the Norwegian clubs.
yeah,
So
but still, when your dad's come from two
when
of
your
the
dad's been
biggest
snapped by
rivals
Roy
to,
Keane, he probably wasn't going to.
yeah, you think United, you go against Leeds and City, you ain't coming to
Yeah,
United, are you?
who knows? Who knows how things go? But anyway, we digress. Let's talk more
Yeah,
about this fucking challenge that we're going on. I could talk football with you all day, by the way. But this challenge, what is it? And obviously, it's on a bike.
yeah, it's probably the craziest thing I've ever done. Yeah, probably. I'd probably
Certainly
say
up
it
there.
is the crazy, including Royal Marines training and everything. I'd say it is the craziest thing I've ever done.
It's going to be pretty fucking epic then if it's above.
Yeah, I'm next year in August. I'm going to go and set a world record at cycling Route 66 across America,
Shit, yeah.
2,517 miles on a standard push bike with one leg.
Only a couple of miles in.
Yeah, it's going to be. If I do it in 24 days, I'll set a world record as the first amputee to ever finish it.
All
If I do
right.
it in 22 days, I'll be the fastest person to ever do it.
So is that the peak goal that you want? You want to be the
The
fastest?
24 is the goal, but being the bootneck that I am,
Oh yeah,
22 is in there.
you've been dangled a little carrot there, and you're like,
Yeah,
well,
like I'll go for it. I'm leaving it at the 22, but in my head it's 22. I mean,
yeah,
I'll leave it at the 24, but in my head it's 22.
yeah. We'll go with the 22, just because
Yeah.
one, you've been dangled that carrot. Two, you're a former Royal Marine, and three, you got to prove that an amputee is just as good as
Oh,
a
better.
able-bodied
Yeah, well
person.
better.
Yeah, fuck it.
People, you'll get people whinging though, going, "Well, your leg don't get tired, does it?" So
Yeah, but swings and roundabouts. I lost
yeah,
mine.
100%. But no, it'll be worth
No,
it, mate.
you're right.
It'll be
You're
a
right.
great
There'll be people
challenge.
going, well, his leg doesn't get tired, and he was on a certain bike.
There'll always be haters,
Fuck
no
off.
matter what.
Yeah.
But
It's always the same.
I won't give a shit when
You'll
I'm
always
sat
have
doing
some
the world
fucking
record.
yeah. You'll have some fucking hater somewhere.
When I'm sat there with my world record and I've
Yeah,
smashed Route
mate.
66, I'll be happy.
Would you technically get both awards?
I don't know. If I do the 22, I should do, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
double
it's going to be
certificate. Get it out there.
a
Bash.
crazy event.
Bash. And then when I get you on for the return leg, it will be, pardon the pun.
I was going to say, watch the leg bit.
That's 2 puns I've given you.
Hey, there's only one leg going on here.
You'll have you'll be able to have on your description there, Guinness World Record holder.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. I was writing down a load of stuff the other day to talk to sponsors and stuff, and I was writing down the things I've done. Like I was a PGA professional golfer for 3 years.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was the first amputee indoor skydiving instructor in the world.
In the world?
Yeah, in the world.
That's
And
epic.
then I've raised, I think it's around 700 grand I've raised now for charity over the last
So where's your
16 years.
MBE?
No, not quite yet.
Not quite yet.
I try and fly under the radar for that shit.
You
But
guys,
yeah, I think this one's gonna top it all off, and then we just have to start thinking
are
what's
you
next.
doing this just for the record, or are you doing it for a charity?
No, it's for charity. I'm doing it for Blessma,
Oh yeah.
a local charity to me called Wise Up that deals with mental health.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Team Forces, who help lads like me get into these crazy challenges
Yeah.
after injury, and then Wounded Warrior out in America. Because if you go cycle
I've heard
across
of them.
America, you've got to get the Yanks on side, don't you?
Oh, definitely. What I'll do is as well, just because I can. So I've got a contact in America, a serviceman who is actually running for Congress as well, Adam Dorito. I'll pass him all your information on, and he might be able to get you a few more sponsors.
Oh, mate, that'd be amazing.
I'll see what.
That's the bit I'm struggling on the
I'll
state
see
side
what I
at the
could
minute.
do. I know you're doing something far more incredible than my little charity football matches that I put on, but I also know how hard it is when you have to ask people for sponsorship and shit like that. Because
Yeah,
it's there's something about it. I know we do it for good causes. Like I do it for Rock to Recovery. You're doing it for the ones that you do. But still, asking people for money really it fucking doesn't sit right. I know it's for charity, but it's like, yeah, it's like, oh. So what I do is I go on ChatGPT and say, can you write me up a sponsorship like that? Make sure you mention bash, and then it fucking writes it all out for you. But no, that's spot on. I'll definitely pass that on to Mr. Dorito, and I'll get him.
Oh, I appreciate that, mate.
Hopefully,
Like I
I can
say,
get him involved with stuff because
the state side's the hardest bit at the minute. Like, because obviously I'm over here, it's quite easy to reach out to people over here, but
yeah,
trying to get that recognition in the States is a lot harder. So,
yeah.
but we'll get there. I
Oh,
could go tomorrow with just me and a fucking tent if I had to, and I'll still smash it.
yeah.
But
It's
obviously, the
that
more back in.
because one thing that's going to set you aside from other like civilians that are doing it, unless they're like elite sportsmen, I'm talking about now. Because I will genuinely put Marines up there and paras and certain members of
Yeah,
other, yeah,
maybe not Paris.
yeah, well, but yeah, other members, certain members of the military and things like that. You have that mindset that then will let you go above and beyond what you physically should be able to do. And I don't think a lot of people fully understand that type of mindset that you
Yeah,
can
it's
switch
crazy.
it. Like I know it's I find it hilarious with my one of my close buddies, Chris. He literally lives down the road from me now. He's a gunner like myself, but we're not. It's definitely a different mindset being in the military. He did the London Marathon and he trained for like a week because he basically said, "Well, I've done, well, jokingly now, I've done 5 miles and I've done 10 miles. I've probably done 15 miles in my time. I can run a marathon." And that was basically his mindset. And I was like, "Have you done any training leading up to it? Because apparently it's quite difficult to actually run a marathon." He was like, "Nah, I'll be right." And he literally just after I think he ended up doing a grand total of like a week and a half's worth of training and then ran the marathon. And he did it in a semi decent time considering he hadn't trained for it. And I was like, "How have you done that?" And he went, "Well, I just cuffed it, didn't I?" I was like, Yeah, that's pretty much a military mindset there. That is, and a lot of people joke about this military mindset and things like that. It's like, well, what is it? It's a fucking joke, isn't it? It's like, no, because you can literally turn your hand to anything,
Yeah, 100%.
and you'll be semi good at it. You might not be like elite level or top level at it, but you'll be at a level where you're better than most people, and that's saying something. And that might just be, I might just be speaking from an infantry standpoint on that, because I'm sure there's a lot of, pardon my terminology here, mongs in within the military that probably don't have that mindset. But you know, oh, it's a different thing. We get beasted for
Yeah, 100%.
daily, and it's like,
I
oh
had this conversation the other day with somebody, and they were asking me about the Route 66 ride and
yeah,
saying, like, obviously 2,517 miles over 24 days is a long fucking way. And I was like, yeah, but I'll do it tomorrow.
yeah,
I said, you send me out to America tomorrow with a bike, I'll do it. Might not do it as quick. I might not be in a very good state when I finish, but I'll do it.
yeah,
But you give me a year to train for it, which I have, I'll
yeah.
smash it. Like,
Absolutely
there's no
smash it.
brainer. I said, but I know full well if you give me a bike and send me out to America tomorrow, I will complete that ride because of the way I'm set up and the way I'm
Yeah,
wired.
failure is
Uh,
not an option.
yeah, I'll do it. I'll complete it, but I've given myself that year so I can complete it to the best of my ability.
Yeah,
So by the time I go and do it,
I fucking
I'll
love that.
smash it.
I love that. That's like
I'm buzzing
fucking.
for
That's like fucking David Goggins with one leg.
it.
Who's gonna carry the boats?
Well, to be fair, my leg at the minute is black, so I feel like I'm half cast. So I'm kind of getting there with David. I'm on par with him in a way.
Love that.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that these days,
Oh, who
but
knows?
fuck
Who knows? Ah, well.
it. I'll probably get cancelled now.
Oh, don't worry about it. You know, you can't say anything these days anyway. So
Yeah.
be reap. But so the reborn mindset. Where's that? Where did that birth come from?
I'd say it developed into something proper this year, but it's probably come over accumulation of all the years of since getting blown up, really.
Yeah,
Then being the pro golfer and when I just walked away from golf, indoor skydiving instructor. When I was in that, loved it, and I was mountain biking as well at the time. Felt mountain bike, screw my leg up, couldn't instruct anymore. Played for Wigan Warriors disabled team, smashed my knee from that. So every time something's happened to me, I've had to start again, and I've looked at it and I've developed this process and mindset that doesn't matter what happens, that bit's dead. I'm reborn to move
yeah.
on to where I want to be and what I want to do.
No, I love that. I love that. It's a really good thing. It's a really good thing to have, is the fact that you've gone through so much adversity and you're still continuing to better yourself as well, which is fucking fantastic. Like I can, I can't lie. I knew it'd do that. You still there, bud?
Sean?
Yeah, I'm still here. Hold on. Let me
Yeah, I've lost video of you.
yeah. Give me a sec. Let me put my hotspot on and I'll swap it over. I don't know what happened there. Stupid fucking thing. Du-du-du-du-du. Oh, it's come back to life. I just can't quite see you yet. We love a bit of technical issues on the Granite Zero podcast. I've got you.
Yeah, you're back.
Fucking technology, mate. I don't know where that cut out.
I think, like, as I was explaining the reborn thing, you got to, like, I stopped and that were it.
I was probably just about to reply to your rebuttal. I don't know. I don't know what word I was going. No, I was just basically saying how even through adversity you've managed to keep bettering yourself, whether it is from the golf, which looking at you, this is no offense now. I never would have thought you were going to be a pro golfer. Where did that come
Yeah,
from?
neither did I. When I lost my leg, I met a gentleman called John Simpson, or he's the founder of the On Course Foundation,
Oh yeah.
who gets injured servicemen playing golf as rehab. He took me out to the States, and I owe that guy a lot because he did a lot for me at the time, and he got me into sport again and made me realize. And literally, I was in hospital when I had my leg amputated, and he came visit me in hospital. Didn't know him. He came and visited me, and he turned around. I had my leg amputated in November, and he said in March, "I want to take you to Florida on a golf trip with a load of injured lads." He said, "Don't worry if you can't play golf every day. I know you've only just got a leg, but I want to take you out there." And he showed me that the game of golf doesn't matter like your ability or your disability because of the handicap system they have in golf.
Yeah.
Everybody's equal, and it gave me that passion of thinking like, well, I've got a competitive sport here where I'm not going to be treated as disabled because everybody's equal because they have a handicap system. So I took myself into it, practice, got my handicap down, and then applied to do the PGA degree and became a PGA pro.
Check you out.
Um,
It's
yeah,
it's there's
it was crazy.
I say this to my daughters all the time. There's a lot of there's so much sport as a whole is so empowering to everyone. And I've come from a family of sportsmen. My dad actually was a PTI and then a PJI for the Air Force for 22 years. So sports always been handed down to us. Myself and my brother were decent-ish sportsmen. I think if we probably focused on a particular sport, then we probably would have gone a bit further. But we happen to be natural at fucking sounded so big-headed and arrogant there. Happen to be natural at every fucking sport I played. Apart from golf, by the way, I'm fucking shit at golf. I don't have the patience, but but you learn so much. And I always say to especially my youngest daughter, she's a decent little football player, to be fair. And I've always told her, I was like, there's so many life lessons within football because you're not always going to win. Sometimes you're going to lose. Sometimes you're going to draw. Sometimes you're going to be unhappy. Sometimes you're going to be ecstatically happy. And then, anything you can get angry, you can get frustrated. And it's like everything within life can happen around football.
Yeah, 100%. Any sport, like
Yeah. But
I've
yeah,
got a
I,
10 year
I
old.
use football as an example to her because she
Yeah,
plays.
yeah.
But yeah, any sport.
I have a 10-year-old and I'm pushing him to sport because I'm not one of these. You're probably the same that all kids deserve a medal just for taking part. It's bullshit. Like
Yeah.
if you get
No,
given handed a medal for everything just for coming last,
my
like what
my
is the value of coming first?
my youngest who's is the footballer, and if so we're actually I'm one of the coaches now, and we've just been put into the Division 1 of the Kent League, and it's a bit of a step up from where the girls were for the last couple of years. um the last couple of years they've been, well, the first year they were sort of winning and sort of losing, and it was, yeah. And then last year they went on a run of like 18 games without losing, and they were fucking, they were so high on it. And now they've got into this league with some girls that have clearly in academy teams as well and things like that, and they're holding their own, but they are losing each week.
Yeah,
But my youngest, she she hates to lose. She's never like losing, and she's very much like me. And all the other girls sort of come off and they're a bit chirpy and happy, and I look over at my little nugget and her face just says it all. And I'll give her a hug and I'll go, "You all right?" And she goes, "Yep." And I went, "Do you want me to leave you alone for a couple of hours?" "Yep." Then it's like, all right. Like last season was hilarious. So we lost a couple of games last season, and one of them in particular, it was just at the start of summer. So towards the end of the season, at the start of summer, it was a beautiful day, and my father-in-law came with us, and he was, "Oh, should we go to the pub afterwards, and we'll have a couple of drinks?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, no problem. I've just got to like de-kit everything, put it away, and I'll meet you over there." And we lost that game. She plays very, very well, but we lost the game. And she's a defender, so she takes everything to heart anyway. She feels that if the other
Every
team
goal's her
score,
fault.
if they scored, it's her fault. And it's like, well, it's not your fault. It's the team's fault. But anyway, we we got over to the pub, and the landlord made a joke when she walked in because they were actually wearing their away kit, which is all red. And he went, "Well, you can't wear a red kit in here." And she took that as fucking a bit of an insult. So she sort of looked at him as if to go, "You're a dickhead." And then she basically sat in the beer garden and she just sat stoic, not talking to anyone, just moody. We were there for a solid like 2.5 hours. Me and the father-in-law were having a good couple of beers. My missus was having a beer. My mother-in-law was having a nice wine. My eldest daughter was quite chirpy and fucking happy. I was like, "This is lovely." And I look over in the corner, still just fucking fuming. Yeah, and I was like, "Are you going to cheer up?" And she's like, "Nah." I was like, "But they lost the game, sure. Right, I understand getting the ump and whatnot. But the thing about the last season was it wasn't a competitive season. So yeah, they
Yeah, they
have
just won
rankings in the
everything.
league, but they're not in a competitive league where it's a big thing. So I was like, it doesn't. These games don't matter. Chill out, just relax. It's like a preseason friendly, you could say. She's like, nah, still a loss. Football tournaments, exactly the same. It's like fucking hell. They came runners up in a tournament. She almost refused to go and get a medal. I was like,
I
you were
love
still
that.
runners up. I was like, that's an accomplishment. She's like,
Oh no, that's my kind of mindset. That,
yeah,
but I think like you learn more from your losses than you do
you
from your
definitely
wins,
learn more
don't
from
you?
losses.
So as long as she's getting moody and
Yeah,
but learning from it and thinking, right,
yeah,
well, let's get better from this, then brilliant. Like
yeah.
I'm a massive advocate. I hate all this. Everybody deserves a medal because it's bullshit. Like it takes out the joy of winning. Like
Yes, I
it,
totally
and
agree.
plus all these kids that get a medal for coming last at sports day or whatever, they
Yeah,
go for a job interview when they leave school and they don't get it. What they're going to do? They're not going to be used to being told
oh,
no.
exactly.
They're not going to used to being to losing. So you need them losses early in life to teach you to be able to grow and be able to develop. And we've experienced them through the military, like going
Oh
through
yeah,
Royal Marines training. I was lower than the lowest of scum in the world according to my training team.
yeah, yeah.
But when I passed out, I went from the lowest of the low to the
Literally,
top of the
yeah.
top.
And you,
And it was just trying to instill
yeah,
that
and you never
breaking in
feel
me.
prouder, do you? You never feel
Yeah,
prouder. And I
that's
think that
the
goes from any phase of sort of military training, basic
any phase
training.
of life, though. You think you're kidding. If they do sports day and they come last and they get a medal,
Oh
when
yeah,
they finally win and they work hard to get that win, they still get the same medal that they got when they came last. They're not going to be proud about it.
nah, nah.
And I think that's one of the biggest faults with the world at the minute, where we're all like,
Well,
oh,
there's
yeah,
many.
let's just put our arm around everybody and make everybody
Yeah,
feel good. It's bullshit. You
it's
need to
like
be knocked down to be able to
yeah,
grow.
it's like that fucking quote from Rocky, isn't it? Life isn't
Yeah,
sunshine and rainbows, and nothing's going to hit you as hard
yeah.
as
It's
life.
not how many times you can get knocked
Yeah,
down; it's how many times you can get back up.
no, exactly. And as cheesy as Rocky can be, that sort of stuff is
Oh, mate, it taught me a
it
lot of good
fucking
lessons in life.
yeah, mate. It's mad, isn't it? How many like movies and books and things like that you read and you go, oh fucking, oh
Too right.
yeah, love that quote. There's
Yeah, I
there's
grew up on
one
Rocky, and
movie that always gets me, and and it always gets me like fucking, this is fucking brilliant. And I think it's a movie that they should actually study in schools and things like that, especially with how today is. And that's fucking Remember the Titans.
oh, what a film!
How and it's how they take the black and the white community and then they
Put 'em together.
integrate it, but the football players go off and do their crash course and their pre-season warm up or whatever you want to call it. and then they make them integrate with each other, and then they just go, oh right, well there's no fucking colour. We're just blokes playing football or whatever. We're just fucking humans. And then they go back and they see everyone fucking arguing, and it's like, that's what you need to watch, and that's how you
Yeah,
need to.
it's when the kids come back and teach the parents a lesson.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the crazy bit about that. I love that film. Great film.
Great movie, definitely, 100%. So those of you that are listening, make sure you watch Remember the Titans.
Yes, 100%.
What sort of sent you on the path to become a Marine? Go way.
I played rugby league. I played rugby all my life. Thought I was going to be a professional rugby player. Broke my collarbone in 3
Because
places
rugby
playing
league
rugby.
is quite big up north for those that
Yeah,
don't
it's
realise.
the M62 corridor, like
Yeah,
from St Helens, Wigan,
they love
Leeds,
their
all that
rugby
way.
league up north.
Yeah, it's where all the good rugby union players play first before they come to die in rugby union. Uh, I joke, but I played rugby union for the Navy as well, so I've got to be careful. But yeah, I played rugby all my life. Thought I was going to be a rugby player. Broke my collarbone in 3 places. Ended up having a pin and 7 plates put in my shoulder, and I was like, yeah,
You
maybe
love
this
an
ain't a
injury,
career.
you do.
Yeah, mate. Oh, mate. My missus said I should be wrapped in bubble wrap and work in a bubble wrap factory, but I'd probably suffocate. So yeah, that kind of ended my rugby career early. Like, not really. I could have gone back, but I was out. I was at that age where if you were going to make it, it had to be then.
Yeah, yeah. I get. No,
The
I get
injury
you.
put me out at the wrong time, so I was like, well, what do I do with the rest of my life? They didn't really give a shit about school at the time. Thought like, oh, I'm gonna be a rugby player, so I didn't really care.
Yeah.
So then I had to find another career. My granddad used to be in the army, and I'd always been interested when I was a kid, sitting on his knee and him telling me all these war stories from the World War, and it always fascinated me. I'd always been a massive, and it'd probably kill me telling the world this right now, but I was in the RAF cadets
Oi,
for
oi!
a brief spell. I
Sweet
always wanted.
cadet.
I watched Top Gun as a kid, and I always wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Which is
But I
funny
didn't put the
because
two
that's
together,
obviously
thinking like if I
US
want to be a
Navy,
fighter
innit?
pilot, I've got to do school.
Yeah.
So it kind of didn't really work out that way for me. So I decided I wanted to join the forces, and then I did my research and seen that the Royal Marines were the longest, hardest training in any infantry in the world. And at the time, we were already in Iraq, so I was kind of
Yeah.
like, if I'm going to go and get shot at for a living, I want to be the best trained to do it. So the Royal Marines were the best. Thought, let's go and try it. If I'm not good enough to be the best, then probably I shouldn't be getting shot at. And that was just my mindset at the
No, that
time.
makes sense.
So
Yeah, no, I get you.
went and joined the Marines, did the training, told the whole world, all my neighbours, my family, friends, everybody back home, I'm going to be a Royal Marine Commando. So when I went to training, them times when it was fucking horrible and I wanted to quit, I told everybody I was going to be a Royal Marine, so I couldn't quit because I'm not going home a failure.
No, of
I
course.
managed to see my 32 weeks through as an original and pass out. And yeah, probably led me to where I am today.
Yeah. No, that is. No, I totally get you with that. Definitely. I remember on my. I think I was at my 4 week point, and it was just no, it was just before we had a families day where the families can come up and see you and give you that little bit of morale and whatnot. I was fucking super low on there because it's mad. So when anything to do with block in the block, I was fucking dog shit. Fucking ironing kit, all that fucking shit. I was shit, and I would kept getting fucking pinged for shit. Your fucking creases aren't good enough in your fucking uniform and all that bullshit. And I remember one of my corporals said to me, he went, Tomo, you're gonna come into your own when you get into the field. Trust me. And I was like, no, I can't be fucking bothered with this shit. I remember phoning my brother, going, oh fucking, I'm done. I want to go home. I'm like, I'm done. I'm homesick. Don't want to be here. It's fucking shit. And then he was like, stop being a dickhead. You're made for this fucking shit. And I was like, maybe. Don't feel it. Then I spoke to my dad, and he was like, stop being a dickhead. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. I should probably stop being a dickhead. And then from that, it was like a switch went, and then it was like, oh no, I actually fucking love this.
Best time of your life.
I fucking love it. And then it was even on basic training when you got to go home on the weekend. It's like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just going through basic training. I mean, I'm gonna be a fucking. I'll be an infantry. I'm gonna be fucking shooting shit. Never did. But but yeah, it's a and even then I enjoyed the fucking the banter with lads. You know, I'm originally from Hereford, so I get fucking when I go home, I would have all sorts fucking trying to fucking have a pop at me or give me banter. Because I was fucking RAF regiment, and then most people that were in Hereford were either paras or Marines or fucking sandy coloured beret fuckers, sandy hats as the. But it's funny. It's funny. I remember one bloke, and he claimed to be a Marine, and he fucking clearly wasn't.
I've seen a few
I
of
had
them.
quite a few Marine mates from back home. I had quite a few para mates and things like that, and he was like, "I'm looking at you, and I know for a fact you're not. So we can go outside if you want." And he was like, as soon as I said, "Do you want to go outside?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Well, you ain't a fucking Marine then,
Yeah,
because
he definitely not been
yeah,
it
because
then.
you would have had we would have had a little bit of a scuffle if that was the case." I had another guy as well once, and don't know why we talk about fucking fighting on here. It's fucking ridiculous. Um, I was in a nightclub in Hereford, and he bumped into me, and I was like, I was at that stage where I was at the age where I was either fighting or fucking, and it was that night I clearly hadn't pulled
Got
up.
age that, innit?
Yeah, great age. And he bumped into me, and I was like, "What are you fucking doing?" He went, "Do you know where you are?" I was like, "Yeah, I know exactly where I am. I'm in my fucking hometown. Who the fuck are you?" Basically, and he was like, "Do you want to go outside?" I was like, "Yeah." And I walked outside. He came out and he was like, "You don't want to make anything with me, mate." I was like, "Do I not?" And he went, "Yeah, I'm from the camp." I was like, "Oh, you're not from the camp.
You're
One,
definitely not.
because you wouldn't be
By
trying to
broadcasting it,
Yeah, one, you wouldn't be trying to fight people because that's
you don't need
ridiculous.
to.
And two, you don't just go around saying I'm from the camp. You're probably a fucking clerk or something. Fuck off. Nothing
Probably
actually happened after
Sodexo.
that. I went back inside and got fucking absolutely shit faced.
It probably worked for Sodexo on the gate or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Cleaning the grass.
Oh, how did you get into indoor skydiving then?
By mistake.
By mistake? Would you fall in?
Yeah, I was bodyguarding at the time, and I was looking after a ultra high net worth individual.
Oh yeah.
Um, I was away a lot, and I had a little boy, and I wanted to be a dad, not a picture on a mantelpiece.
No, I get
And I
it.
just saw this job advert for an indoor skydiving instructor, and I was like, it's one of them when do you know when you're in training, you're like, oh yeah, I want to shave dolphins for a living and all that shit.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
oh, this is one of them jobs I used to tell people I did when I didn't.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll just apply, just thinking it was shits and giggles. And then a couple of days later, I got an email back saying, would you be interested? And a manager from the local centre, I went down and met him, and he was like, look, all the bosses are telling me this is a mistake because there's no amputee in the world ever done it. And because you get like a 16, 17 stone bloke, you've got to fly him on the wind. So the
Mm.
wind's got to be strong enough for him to fly. And you've got to then walk around and be able to control him. And with one leg, that's going to be very, very difficult. And I was like, yeah, I'll smash it though. And he was like, I think you will though. And he said, that's why I've took a chance. He said, but I want to get you in here first. Do a bit of walking around in the tunnel before we send you on the course. So I went and did a little bit with their head instructor, and he was like, yeah, he'll do this. So they sent me on the 4 week course, smashed the 4 week course, come back, and yeah, smashed it. It was brilliant. So
This
it
is like
was,
a ongoing theme throughout this whole podcast is the fact that smashed it.
yeah.
What do you want from me?
Put me in anything. Put me in anything, and I'll do it. Like I might not be the best at it. Even with the golf, I weren't the best professional golfer in the world, but I had a story. So I
Yeah,
was lucky. I got sponsored. I got some great experience off it. People bought into the story rather than my ability. So give me the chance, and I'll do anything. And that's where I'm at now with my reborn and my bike ride. Like
yeah, yeah.
I'll smash the talks and I'll smash the bike ride. I'm like nothing will stop me.
That's fucking brilliant. So, no, sorry, I got a bit distracted there, but I fucking love. I genuinely, I've said it enough times on this fucking show already. I fucking love that mindset, mate. That you're just gonna fucking
Yeah,
smash it.
it's the only way to be though. Like Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like the bike ride's probably the biggest thing I've done, and it's probably the key to explain my whole story because there's
You'll
going to be
probably
days
find that's
along
the
that
big.
route.
It's the biggest thing you've done so far. Because
So far, yeah, I've already got a few ideas what's coming
just going
after it.
through the fucking way that you've been is that
Oh mate,
you'll end up doing.
I've got an idea for what's next.
Oh yeah. All I've got in my
Yeah,
head is
it's
you're going to do that fucking crazy one from the bottom of South America to the top of fucking North America.
oh no, it's a bit. The one I've got next is probably a bit crazier than that, to be fair. But
Oh yeah.
like the bike ride itself, you're going to have them points where I want to quit. There's going to be points where I
Yeah, yeah.
don't. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. It's like my whole journey from getting blown up. Well, from joining the Marines, basically. Like it's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's just
You got
making peace with that now. That when it happens, I know I can deal with it.
yeah, you got a team going out with you as well.
Yeah, I'm taking a guy who's going to drive the RV for me because we're going to have an
Yeah.
RV so I can
Yeah.
just collapse by the side of the road. I'm taking my physio with me and I'm taking a cameraman with me to make a documentary out of it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good idea.
So
Because it's what I whenever I think of these sort of bike rides and things, you see the occasional like person that will just pop up to ride with you for a certain amount of period to give you that morale boost. That
yeah,
it's
I'm one
kind
of
of a
them though.
difficult
Like,
thing to do though, considering you're going down that route. It's going to be like
yeah, when I'm in the gym though, like I want to train on my own. If even just training aspects, my headphones are in. I get in, I beast myself, and I get out. That's it. Don't want to talk to people. Don't want to do it. And when I do the ride, like Wounded Warrior said, we'll broadcast where you are every day. So if people want to come out and ride with you for a bit, I was like, that's fine as long as you make people aware that I ain't fucking talking to them.
yeah,
I've got my headphones in and I'm going, and I've got one goal in mind, and that's getting to LA.
yeah,
Like I don't care who's next to me, who's with me. If I'm on my own, if I'm with 10 people, 100 people, I couldn't give a shit. In my head, I'm on my own and I'm cycling. My headphones
yeah,
are in. I've got my music on. David Goggins shouting at me in my ear or some shit like that, and
yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I was
getting
about to
to
say,
LA.
what's the playlist? What's the playlist of choice? What
I
you
don't know.
got?
I think I'm gonna try and I think I'm gonna do like a little bit of a social media thing before I go, where I'm gonna set up a Spotify playlist and
Yeah, yeah.
I'll let people just tune in and they can add to the playlist and
Not a bad
I'll
idea.
create one and people can put. I know I'll probably get some of the lads putting like Barbie Girl and shit like
I
that
knew you
on,
were going to say Barber Girl. There'll definitely be a Barber Girl.
but
Fucking Cockney Joe will be on there.
yeah, I'll get some of the lads will put some shit on there, but I think in general people will put what motivates them on when they're in the gym. So
Yeah,
if I can get a playlist I might find some songs that I've never heard of that I like, and there might be some shit that I'm like, yeah, let's just get off this bike right now and then myself because this is shit. uh,
yeah.
I think on the whole, I think that might be the way to go just before I deploy out there. Just bang a little social media thing out and get just people to interact and be part of the ride by share. And whilst I'm on the ride, people can be able to add to the playlist.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Good
yeah,
idea.
it might be a nice little touch.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, just ping that over to me as well, and I'll get that fucking. I'll get people to send you some fucking shit as well. I won't
Yeah,
get
it'd be
my
good.
eldest to do it because she's a music snob. So, well, saying that, you'll probably like the music that she likes.
As long as it's not like Baby Shark and shit,
Oh
I'll be
no,
all right.
my eldest is very much into fucking the Stone Roses, Oasis,
Oh, brilliant.
Arctic Monkeys.
Oh, good on her.
She's got good taste in music. I'll give her that
Yeah,
definitely. And the youngest, to be fair, they both do.
that's good to hear coming from Kent.
Oh yeah, they both rip the missus for her music taste. They they literally go, oh well, we're going to listen to Beyonce again. Yeah,
Ooh.
they definitely take after me for music taste, definitely.
Yeah, I think if that ends up on that playlist, I'll be hitting skip.
Yeah, skip it. Riding, and landed him one-legged.
Yeah,
No,
but
that's
no,
lovely.
it'll be good. I'm buzzing for it.
Yeah, all the hard work that you're about to do over this next year is definitely going to fucking pay dividends when you cross that finish line.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. Like when I get into LA, I'm going to fly my missus and my little lad out to LA. They're not coming
Oh,
on the route
nice.
with me, but my little lad will
Yeah,
be bored witless. But he's going to meet me at LA and crossing that finish line in Santa Monica is going to be. But it'll be like crossing that 30-mile finishing line and getting my green
yeah,
lead.
yeah.
It'll be up there with that. So yeah, I'm
That's
buzzing. I
awesome.
can't wait.
That is fucking awesome. That's going to be a hell of a feeling. That I remember
Yeah.
doing one of one of the Granite Zero football matches that we did, and it wasn't even the biggest one that we did. So we did Spurs first, and then we had the second one was versus Sands, um, who deal with stillborn and uh, was it neonatal deaths? I think it's neonatal. Um, and I remember in the build up of that, there was a lot of stress and pressure from myself to get this into to being the event that I want it to be, whether it was down from getting the kits right, the raffle and auction prizes right, etc., and all that. We got absolutely spanked in that game. Um, I think it was like fucking 9-0 or something. We got spanked, and the full time whistle went, and a part of me had went back to being the kid that started playing football and hated losing, and that got to me a little bit. And then all the pressure of the whole event got to me. I remember just fucking sitting on halfway, and I just fucking I had a little fucking cry. I remember my kids came over and like, "You're right, Dad." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, these are happy tears because I've actually done a fucking good event here." And
Yeah,
the first one was just after COVID, and it was against Spurs legends, so of course we were going to have a good turnout to come and watch it. This one we had a decent turnout. Wished it could have been a bit better. They could have helped a little bit more their side, but never mind. Um, but yeah, I just remember it was though the final whistle went, and then all the pressure just fucking went, and I was just
yeah,
like,
that
fuck,
relief.
yeah. And then the last two that we've just done, that they were really enjoyable. The last two, so I created another team alongside a buddy of mine that used to be one of my football managers back in the day. He created basically a local team, a Hereford Legends team from the local area, and I said we'll play you. And I created their badge and all that sort of stuff. I created all the hype behind it, and it was the first game they beat us, and then the return leg that we just done, we beat them finally. Granite Zero got a fucking win, which I could talk about now on the podcast. Yes, we got our win, and I scored a fucking screamer. Um, and yeah, because it was enjoyable, and I was doing it with somebody else that understood why I was doing it, and it was basically I've created a little community within the Granite Zero football team, and the team is ever growing. I will get whoever wants to play football, whether they're fucking good or not.
Yeah,
That doesn't matter. The reason why I did it was there's a lot of veterans out there that do struggle. Um, they miss being part of a team. So like 90% of my team is our veterans, and pretty much I'd probably say around 99% of us have all had some sort of mental health issue. Um, it could be anything, it could be even fucking OCD for that matter. But it's built a community where we can take the piss out of each other during the build up to these games. All of us support different fucking football teams. Most of them take the piss out of me because they all know I'm a United fan. So that's
yeah, I can't blame it.
so I'm an easy target. It's fine because, as I said at the beginning, I'm spoiled. Um, but that just being in part, I always like to refer back to the dressing room, the changing room, and you'll probably have it from your days in rugby. There's not much better atmosphere wise for men and blokes to be a part of because the banter is flying everywhere, but you also have each other's backs. And for the 80 minutes of rugby or the 90 minutes of football, you completely forget all your pains and troubles throughout the year or the fucking day or whatever it is because you're doing something that you love.
Yeah,
And that is a fucking strong thing. And that's what I was trying to build. And it's getting a bit of traction because I'm in the we're in the planning stage of playing another veteran side actually. I can't divulge too much information. But the guys that we're looking to play are the AFC Black Ops, and the guy is the owner of Black Ops Rum. I don't know if you've heard of
Yeah,
it. So he's created a football team, and he reached out to Granite Zero and was like, "We want to play you," and I was like, "Good luck." So yeah, we're in the planning stages for that. I'm actually really excited about this one because I think it's going to be a really good one. I have personally a certain date in mind for it. I want it. I think it's the 27th of June next year is when I want it because that is Armed Forces Day, and I think
yeah,
it will be fucking brilliant if we can get it. If we can't, then hey ho, we'll move on and we'll go with the
adapt
times.
and
Well,
overcome.
you got adapt and overcome exactly. But yeah, there's something about creating a community like that that I've really enjoyed. Like the podcast itself, sort of excuse me, took a back step for me. I was doing a lot of house renovations and whatnot, and dealing with the football side of Granite Zero, and the podcast took a bit of a back step just because of the sort of community that I've sort of created. And then we've just literally finishing the house up, and I was sorting out my garage, which is where I am now, and I was like, I fucking miss it. And the reason why I started the podcast itself was to help myself with my mental health issues,
Yeah,
and it sort of grew into something a bit different where I was actually
helping others.
helping others and helping others like yourself with what you're doing and what you're sort of going through in terms of your challenge and your reborn mindset and things like that. It's I'm a small platform, but it's also another platform that helps within different communities. Because I've sort of created many different little communities going on. So I've got the veteran community. I've got a civilian community going on with a few of my civvy mates that listen, and then I've got an MMA sort of community because I've had a number of different fighters on the show, and it's fucking mental. When I actually look back at some of the guests that I've had, including yourself now, it's like why are these people coming to talk to fucking little old me? It's it's mental. I've had some fucking brilliant
It's a
guests.
good platform, like you say, though, and it's that community and that feel and the veteran thing
Yeah,
and the military thing. It keeps us all together, and
this is
like you say, little old me, but I feel the same with it. Like I still now, when I tell my story
yeah,
and even reaching out to corporate sponsors for the bike
yeah,
ride,
yeah,
I don't feel like I've actually done anything with my life. And then when you're writing it all down in one go, you're like,
yeah.
do you know what?
No,
Fucking hell, I've done
it's
quite a bit, really.
crazy. It's crazy. And one thing that is always an ever constant with this show is my love for the military and the veteran community. Um, with all the banter as well, I love all that. And some of the best actual guests and shows I've done have been with veterans because it's as though I can relax a bit more because it's familiar.
Relatable.
Yeah. Um, what I really am aiming to do within the next couple of years or so is actually sort the garage out fully so that it's I want to turn it in, I do want to turn it into a bar, obviously, but it's going to be like a bar slash sort of podcast studio. So I can actually get
So I
people.
did that. I turned my garage into a bar and I never used it.
Yeah, I think I might. Just no whiskey. Whiskey is banned. Um, but it will definitely be used for the podcast. And I just think having like a rustic sort of old bar feel, and I've got like all my military memorabilia up, my football shirts from the different Granite Zero games. Just having that, and then I don't know, fucking like a leather fucking seat, 3-seater or something, and then it's just somewhere where you can sit and have a fucking chat and hit
Just
record.
chat. Yeah.
I had some in my so my old setup was in my shed, and I had a couple of the lads over. I had two of the lads I served with live round the corner from me, so that's an easy podcast for me to do. Um, I had the boys from Trident Cigars in. That was a
Nice.
long, brilliant episode. Don't get me wrong, but I'm all for a cigar. I love a cigar, but I will smoke one, and
Yeah.
that'll do me for the next event where it warrants a cigar. We smoked, I think, 5 cigars each in a shed, and it was like it was a cigar hotbox. Like they went off and they were fine. They were it was just a normal fucking day for them. They just fucking went off and they were fine. My head was swimming for about 3 days afterwards. I was like, there's a lot of nicotine in my system, and I don't know what to do with it. But no, it was epic. But yeah, I've missed it, and
Oh, I'm
Cav,
glad you're back, mate.
thank you very much for reaching out to me and actually saying, yeah, I'll come on, get me on.
Yeah, 100%. It's that military brotherhood, though, isn't it? When I seen you were reaching out for people, it was a no-brainer. Like, I'd rather speak to vets than
Yeah,
anybody else.
no, I
Like,
love it.
we all stick together, and it is unbelievable.
It is a great community, and actually, speaking of veteran communities, I joined one recently. I've seen it advertised quite often. Veterans Can. I don't know if you've seen it.
No,
I'll send you the link.
yeah,
Because they could actually help quite well with your sponsorships and
right,
things. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, I'll send you his details, and it'll probably be better to speak to the guy that actually organises it as well as joining up. But yeah, it was because I'm part of the DDS discount card and the blue light card and things like that. And I kept seeing this veterans can thing, and I was like, oh, it's just another fucking discount thing.
yeah,
And then I actually looked into it, and I was like, oh no, this is a proper veterans community. And I joined up. I think it was like £5 a month or something like that. It's not going to break the bank. Don't get me wrong. I literally put a post up saying, "Hi, I'm Tomo. I'm new to this veterans community. I run the Granite Zero podcast." And put like one of my epic videos because I like to do a fucking epic fucking trailer video. Put one of them up, and I went, this is what I do. I talk to fucking vets and other people." Um, and it got so much traction. I had people fucking messaging me going, "Yeah, I'll come on your podcast. I'll do your podcast. No problem. I'll do it." And I was like,
yeah.
"This is mental," because there was at times like prior to restarting, um, I was getting stressed because I wasn't getting any sort of interaction
Traction.
or
Yeah,
traction, should I say, to get people on. And you know, I could quite happily chat with my brother every week because he loves coming on to chat to me. He just sits there and takes a piss out of me for fucking 2 hours. But sometimes it's nice to get like different people on and
yeah,
whatnot.
like a new perspective kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. And I was just all people would say, "Yeah, I'll do it," and then you get to the day and they're just not there, and you're like, "Oh, brilliant! I could have spent this hour and a half with my fucking wife and kids. Cheers."
Yeah,
Um, and then it was sort of to get to the point where I was like, "Oh, I can't be bothered," and I was like, "That's not why I started the podcast. I wanted," and obviously all the stuff at the house. I was like, "Yeah," but yeah, now it's like different communities, new people like yourself saying that they want to come on. It's fucking brilliant. It is
oh,
fucking
brilliant,
brilliant.
mate.
But
It's good to
yeah,
see you up and running again.
nah, we got to get it up and running. And it's actually mad how much um, some people have missed it. I generally didn't think I had many people that were actually watching or listening or anything like that. I know I get the listening um, dynamics and things like that sent to me through Spotify and whatnot. But I don't really pay much attention to it. But it's like I put on that you were coming on, and then I was getting inboxes saying, "Oh, I can't wait for you. I can't wait for this." It's like, what, you actually waiting for my podcast of
Podcast to be back.
a fucking dickhead from Hereford in a garage chatting shit? But nah, it's good. It's good. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. And
Oh, I'm glad to be back. You to be back, and me to be on it.
oh no, I genuinely
That's been
really
a pleasure.
appreciate you. Really appreciate coming on. And the fucking, I don't think people are going to realize how epic this fucking challenge is, mentally and
Yeah, I
physically
think
for
I
yourself.
don't think I've realised yet, to be honest. I think when I get over there and I get to that start line, and
Is it
I think
simply just one straight fucking road?
no, it's ups, downs,
Oh,
bends,
so
turns
that's
through
what.
the desert,
Yeah.
everything. It's fucking horrible. I'm literally cycling from Chicago to LA, so the whole width of
From the
America,
windy
basically.
city into the desert
Yeah,
and beyond. Jesus.
yeah, out to Hollywood
Because
with the
if
celebs
I'm
and
honest, I
Santa
never
Monica
really
Kid.
looked into to Route 66. Obviously, everyone's heard of Route 66. I don't think
Oh mate, it's unbelievable. I did it in
you're gonna see some
2013 in a
fucking
Mustang.
sights, mate.
I did it. I did it for my honeymoon, and it
Oh
was the
yeah.
best trip of my life. Yeah, it was unbelievable. That's what inspired the bike ride in a way. I think
Oh,
it has
that's
always been at the back of my mind ever since doing that. That one day I will be back as a
yeah.
challenge. I didn't see how or when, and now
Mm.
it's come to fruition. But yeah, it's a brilliant, absolute brilliant trip.
You see some fucking sights. Well, what was your thinking though? To Were you just there one day going, "Oh, I really like Route 66. I reckon I could cycle that." Or
It
did
kind of. I was like, I really
or
like.
did someone go, "Have you seen this challenge?" And then you being the fucking
No, it was it. I think it was one of them, like you said first. I really liked it when I did Route 66. How
mm.
can I make it that I don't like it? Let's go and cycle it. I think that was
Yeah.
kind of like the thought process. No, I think when I was doing it, I had it in the back of my head that there was a challenge there,
Yeah.
um, and just over the years, it's just always been there niggling at the back of my head.
Mm.
And then obviously, I like the earlier this year, as I think I sent in my bio over to you. I don't know if I sent it over, but I had a blood clot at Christmas this year. That should have killed me again. It covered half of both my lungs and my heart.
Fucking hell.
My family got brought into intensive care to say the goodbyes, and I weren't making it through to the morning. Next minute, I woke up the next morning. I'm still fucking there. And
Fucking the
at
marine
that
in
point,
you
it was
went,
like,
not today, blood clot. Fucking hell.
yeah. Well, I was like, if I go get blown up and that don't kill me, this ain't fucking killing me. So, yeah, I think at that point it was kind of like I knew the time was right to start pushing myself again,
Yeah,
and now my plan is to keep doing my talks, going into prison schools, businesses, but keep doing these endurance challenges and become so-called endurance athlete for the rest of my life,
yeah.
and
That's
I
fucking
do
good.
crazy challenges for the rest of my life.
That's good. After your injury, when it first happened, did you have any? Oh, God, this is probably a really stupid question because of course you did. Uh, the lows that you went through, you must have had a few, especially after getting blown up, and you're probably told at some point that weren't going to be a marine anymore.
Yeah, I think that was the hardest bit. The medical discharge and
Yeah,
the getting blown up weren't a big thing because in the back of your head you're still a Royal Marine, bullets bounce off you, you're hard as nails, and nothing's going to stop you. But then when they tell you you're not a Royal Marine anymore, then you're like,
yeah.
oh fuck, like maybe I'm not a Royal Marine anymore. Um,
That
but yeah, I
that's
think
got to be even worse. The fact that it wasn't your decision.
yeah, that was the hardest bit. Like people talk to me about my career and stuff, and I'm like, well, and you speak to veterans that have done a bit longer, and they come out and they're like, oh, I'll be like, do you miss it? And they're like, no, not really. And I'm like, but I think the difference is like you chose to leave, I didn't.
Yeah,
So there's still
yeah,
that little itch there that I need to scratch. Where I was like, yeah, my career was cut short of where I
yeah.
wanted it, but
I
everything's
can.
sent to test us for a reason. And
Yeah,
like, I've got a nice house, I've got a beautiful little boy, and an amazing wife who supports fucking everything I do. Like, I couldn't do half the shit I do. Like, I come home about the Route 66, and I just turn around to her. Like, obviously, I filmed Hunted earlier this year, and I come home from that as like when I got offered the role, I just went downstairs. I was like, "Oh yeah,
We
I'm
haven't
quitting
even
my job."
fucking talked about Hunted yet. Completely forgot
But
about
well, I'll come downstairs and just like I'm quitting my job and go on telly. I'm starring in Hunted on Channel 4, and she was like, "All right, fair one." And then when I come back from Hunted, I was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm going to tell the world now that I'm going to go and cycle Route 66 next year." And she's like, "Oh, what do we need to do to make that work then?" And 100% behind me everywhere, everything
that.
I do, every step of the way, and I'm very lucky in that sense. And I
Yeah,
wouldn't be here now if I'd not
that's
got blown up and been
that's a
discharged. So
fucking woman. That is a fucking angel of a woman. That.
you get to where you are because of everything that happened, and I'll
Yeah,
never regret 1 minute of it.
yeah, that's good. That's good because I can resonate a little bit with the leaving side. I left through my own accord, but when I left, I felt that I had more to give, and I probably shouldn't have left. But the reasons why I did leave were for the right reasons, if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
I left for family reasons, really. My missus was on a proper decline of mental health reasons. I mean, in the 5.5 years that I did, I was away. I was away a lot. I was in the fucking military, but on tour, I did Iraq. Then I came home. Then it was pretty much straight into pre-deployment for Kandahar. Then I went to Kandahar. Then I came home. Pretty much pre-deployment straight away. Then I went to Bastion, and it was like in those 5.5 years, I met Kate just before I got to squad. No, yeah, just before I got to squadron, um, and then she was basically on tour with me, I should say, for the 3 tours that I did. And it's like, oh my god, her boyfriend, then fiance, then husband has gone away, fucking all these times, and every time you could literally see her go from ball of light to even down to she started smoking again and all sorts, and I was like,
yeah.
this is not
You don't
good.
realise the impact you're having on those back
Yeah,
home, do
and
you?
then and then and
At
then
that
my
point, it's not
eldest,
just about you.
she was pregnant with my eldest during Kandahar, and then when I went to Bastion, the eldest was born, and just before I went to sorry Bastion, I put my papers in because I was like, this is not good, and I was like, if generally if I was single, I'd probably still be in now. Uh,
Yeah,
and if I'd stayed in, I would have been divorced and seeing my kids on the weekend. That's basically how I sum it up. So I was like, I made the right decision at the time, but my fucking brain was like, what the fuck have you done here? And
yeah,
it took me a long time to fucking let go, you could say. Um, like even down to Facebook and things like that. My profile picture would be me in fucking Iraq or fucking Afghan or something. And I remember once when a buddy of mine from back home who actually ended up joining the RAF Reg uh, part of one squadron. He left before I left, so he did 1 tour and then came out basically. And I remember him. I changed my profile picture. I still remember it today. And he commented like privately to me, and he went, "Just let it go, mate. You're not in anymore." And so,
yeah,
yeah, like don't get me wrong. Still, at certain times of the year, Remembrance and fucking Armed Forces Day,
yeah. You get them triggers.
I'll put a couple of pictures up and put like a caption on it. But I was like, no, you're right. I'll 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 have a photo with like my dad with our medals on, and I'll be like, that's cool. I'll post that remembrance, blah blah blah. And but yeah, that it was very rare that
Yeah,
I'll
move
actually
on.
have just me in rig as like a
Yeah,
profile picture or whatever. It's like, nah, that was me. I can look
yeah.
back
But
and
then
be,
you're reborn.
yeah, yeah.
See
Ah, I like that. No, but you're spot
where
on.
it came
You're
from.
spot on because it's like,
That's the whole process behind it. The
yeah,
whole thought
because I
process.
can look back and be
Doesn't matter what
proud
you've been
now.
through.
I never used to. I used to always be like, oh, I should have done more, could do more, should have done more, blah blah blah. But now I look back and go, no, you did all right.
It's your book in it, and that was the chapter. But you've turned the page now, and you're on your new chapter.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't mean that chapter's not part of your book, but that
Ah,
chapter's ended.
yeah.
You're reborn into the next chapter,
No, I
and
like
that's
that.
where all this came from. Everything I've
Gosh,
been through,
love all
that's
that.
where it all started from, and
Ah,
that's where it resonates every now and then. Like civvies, military, whatever. Just as you've done there, everybody has that. Yeah, I get it now.
yeah,
Because everybody gets that reborn date, and it could have been that you've had it, but you've not realised. And once you can, like we've just done there, you've gone down that one bit. We explained reborn earlier,
yeah,
but you've just told your story and you've seen where it works in your.
yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't have to be getting blown up to be reborn. Everybody can relate their story to this,
Ah, I
and
love
that's
it.
where that all developed from.
I love it. How on a
Boom.
different note, though, I love that. Boom. Hunted. How was that? So
Yeah,
have you
amazing.
done the? Is it the civvy hunted you've done, or is it the
Both.
celeb? Oh, you've done both.
I did them both. Yeah, I was
Fucking
a hunter on
you
both.
absolute fucking sweat. Fucking.
Well,
I think one of my previous guests was on there as well. Rebecca Mason.
oh no, she weren't with me. I had a guy, an ex. I was lucky
Did you
because a
have the
lot of
ex
them
Raf
are.
Reg guy, Steve? Fucking
No,
surname.
I had a RAF guy who was intelligence and attached to SF called
Oh,
Paul Hughes.
oh
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
him for the celeb version, and then for the civilian version, I was with a lad called Jordan Wiley, who's ex-army.
All
So
right.
it was good because like a lot of the guys on the show are ex-police.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
I went on, I got to do both series with a
Yeah. Yeah.
military lad. So I had probably the best time of my life
I
doing it.
want to
Like
say.
the
I
really
want to
good
say
lads.
Steve. I want to say Copeman. Cobham. He's an ex Raf Reg guy that he was maybe one of the first hunters. I think maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think you were on this
absolute
one. Like
absolute silver fox.
this is my first time doing it, so
Oh, so how did
it
you get
was.
involved with that? Did they just send you a message and go, "You fancy
Yeah,
going?"
they reached out on Instagram and just said like, "We've looked at your
Right. Someone needs to
profile."
reach out to me. I want to fucking hunt some people.
I think I
I'm
ticked
fucking
that box then
surveillance trained
after.
as well. Get me on it.
I think I ticked that box for diversity as
Oh
well,
yeah,
didn't I?
yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh, of course.
the veteran Raw Marine ex
Ah,
like
he's got.
CP worker
Oh, he's only
now.
got one leg.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he's got one leg. Let's put he's Channel 4 in it. Like,
Oh, he's got one leg. Put him
but
on.
yeah, don't get me wrong. I had the background, but I think it kind of helped my
Nah.
cause. But you
Well,
use what you've got, don't you?
those people on fucking Channel 4 reach out to me. Right, I'm CP trained. I'm fucking surveillance trained. I'm not as fit as I used to be, but I can still chase these fucking civvies down.
Oh mate, it's good fun. It is good fun, and the show comes out Sunday night at 9 o'clock on Channel 4.
Well,
It's on twice a week,
I'll be
Sunday and
watching
Monday.
that because I'll be like, my
Yeah.
missus will get so annoyed because I'll be like, he was on my podcast. I've done it with a few others as well. I'm like, it's on my podcast. I always joke. One of the biggest ones I joke with is he's a UFC fighter, Mason Jones, and he's been on my podcast loads of times. I met him in Abergavenny as well. He took me he took me for breakfast just before he got signed the first time into the UFC. So he was Cage Warriors double champ. Then he got signed by the UFC. He lost. He had some fucking hard bouts, and it was as though that step up wasn't quite ready.
Ready.
They then released him. He went back to Cage Warriors. He then destroyed every single fucker in the world in Cage Warriors again. He was like, I am good enough for the UFC. They've now re-signed him. He's fucking kicking everyone's head in, as he should
Nice.
be. But I joke and go, that's my mate Mason. And she always goes, he's not your fucking mate. I'm like, he is. He's my mate. And I used to wind her up and go, he's my mate Mason. She's like, he's not. I went, he is. I went, I can text him now and say, ask him a question. Anyway, I was at my brother's. I think it was just before Remembrance Weekend. I went up. I like to do it in Hereford every now and then. And he said, "Oh, I'm about if you fancy meeting up for some food or whatever. I went, oh, my brother will cook, so my brother's a chef. And I was like, my brother will cook when you come around his house. And he was like, yeah, no problem. So he did. He turned up at the house. We had wings and steak and all sorts. My brother cooked. It was fucking delicious. And I went, can you just do me a favour? And he was like, yeah. I went, I'm just gonna phone my missus just to prove that you're here. And they were literally on the phone for fucking ages. I was like, all right, fucking come back. And to be fair to him, in my charity match in Hereford, he actually turned up to watch the football as well.
Oh, nice.
And which
Nice.
my missus's cousin, who I'm actually really good mates with now as well. He's actually our team sponsor. Really good landscape gardener, but that's another story. He's really into UFC and things like that. And I said, oh, Mason's here, by the way, if you want to meet him. And he was like, he's fucking not. I was like, yeah, he is. He's over there. Literally in his like fucking sweats and all that. He's not like fucking dressed up or anything. He didn't bring his belts. But I was like, yeah, go and say hello. So yeah, you're now on that list of celebrities that
Yeah,
I've
you'll have
got.
to watch it Sunday night, and when I pop up, go, I know him.
Yeah, the funniest one my missus always fucking picks me up on. And obviously being from Hereford, I go home and drink in certain pubs. And one of them, I was in there, and Billy Billingham came into the pub because he obviously he lives in Hereford, and he came in, and she was like, "Oh, that's the fucking guy from SAS Who Dares Wins." I was like, "You know, he's just a normal bloke. I was like, he's not a celebrity. He's yes, he is a fucking alley fucking SAS soldier, MBE,
Yeah.
fucking super para, whatever. I went, but she was like, he's not, and I went, he is. Look, watch. And I turned, and he was literally looking at me, and I went, "You right, Bill?" And he went, "Yeah, all right, mate." And I went, "See?" She was like, "He's not your fucking mate." And I was like, "I didn't say he was." But
He
now
is
I
now.
joke. But now I jokingly say every time I see him on the telly, I go, "That's my mate, Bill."
Oh, he's good friends with Paul, who I was partnered with in the
Oh
sled
yeah,
version.
he's a fucking
We
good
were up
bloke.
his neck of the woods, and we would go pop in and see him, but we then got redeployed and ended
Oh,
up
did you?
nowhere near Hereford again, and
Yeah,
I think we ended up heading over the other side of the country to
yeah.
Yorkshire kind of way. So,
I reached out to Billy, in the build up to one of my charity games to see if he could, I don't know, give us a signed fucking book or something. He ended up donating 2 tickets to his tour that he does,
oh, nice.
and that was good. And my one of
Yeah.
my close mates, Chris, actually won the tickets or bought. I don't know if he won them in the raffle or he bought them in the auction. Anyway, and he ended up taking me. I was like, oh, fucking brilliant,
Winner.
winner, winner. But anyway, my man, I'm not going to take up any more of your time because we've been fucking going
No,
for a
it's been an
while,
absolute pleasure, mate.
and I need a fucking piss. It's all that Guinness I've drink. But no, genuinely, thank you very much for coming on, and thanks for being the to re-break my cherry. I felt like a virgin again, but thanks. Nah,
It's
genuinely, thanks for coming on,
always a
and
bootnecker
good
to
luck
have to
with
do
all the
that.
training. I'll make sure I keep tabs on all your training.
Oh,
And
absolute pleasure, mate. Thanks for having me.
if you wanna come on anytime, just let me know. If you want to come on before you set off for America or after or both, then we'll book it in and we'll chat some more.
Yeah, I'll try and get down your neck, and we'll do the next one in person.
Spot on. Spot on, and we'll go out for a beer as well. Why not? Make sure
Roger
you
that,
know I'm
mate.
training though. Nah, cheers for
Take
that,
care.
buddy. You stay classy.
Bye.
Stay safe. Guys and girls, you've reached the adverts. Now, welcome. For me, I like to use CBD oil, and there's nothing better than Kent CBD. So make sure you check them out. I'll use them to help with my PTSD, my depression, and my anxiety. I use the oil. It is fantastic. Highly recommend it. But not only that, I use their muscle rubs for the aches and pains that I get in my joints, especially my knees and my ankles. I rub that shit in, and it's fucking brilliant. So make sure you check them out. Put in the promo code Granite0 at checkout and get yourself 10% off. You're welcome. But not only that, if you like to support veteran-owned companies like I do, make sure you check out Green Beret Coffee and get yourself 10% off there at checkout. They are roast to order and it's top quality, and everything goes back to the company itself. Fantastic. Green Beret Coffee, put in the promo code GZ Podcast 10
for your 10% discount. Now, recently, Granite Zero has become an affiliate, a family member of HR4 K. So if you want to support another fantastic veteran-owned company, put in the promo code Granite Zero at checkout at HR4 K, all their products, and enjoy them. I wear them. I support them most episodes. They are brilliant. They help support many other companies. They help to support many other veteran charities. They do loads for the veteran community. So if, like me, you like to support them, please put in the promo code Granite Zero at checkout and get yourself 10% off. I'm too good to you, and I'll see you guys soon.